lately, these babies have just been carrying this black goo coming from ma knows where. It's the will of the three headmasters, I tells ya. Well, hello there, out-of-towner. And just like that, we're not strangers anymore since we've just gotten acquainted. I knew I had a good feeling about you. My name's Benjamin Piper, and I'm a pipe crawler. That means I keep all these pipes clean. Oh, all sorts of things. All sorts of things. Well, at least they used to. Back in the day, they'd carry all sorts of mysterious things, wondrous and frightening. Water. Liquid hope stuff. Blue steak. And there's way more pipes here than anywhere else in all of random. They run very deep, far below the foundations of any of the 6 cities. Nobody can say for sure who built them or how far they go. But lately, these babies have just been carrying this black goo coming from ma knows where. It's the will of the three headmasters, I tells ya. I just can't say, and too scared to find out. The goo, you see, it powers the robots, whatever it is, runs through the engines of the kingdom. Even the arenas are tainted with it, whatever its origin. The queen's using it to make her regime run. And it's my job to crawl up there and keep them clean. So that's what I do. I have the strangest nightmares. Nah. I tried that in the early days of the Queen, but I lost both my sons for it. You cannot stop the flow. The goo just repairs it as soon as you do. It's pointless. So instead I tend to them like I always have, in the hopes that one day the black goo will stop and something more worthy of this wondrous public infrastructure flows inside it. Well, anyway, I should get back to inspecting this pipe here. Thanks for the chat, friend.
The view was as beautiful as it was hopeless, and it underlined the one universal truth. Evil could never defeat the Queen. She'd sooner topple a mountain with her breath than succeed. The card makers had given her a hopeless task, and the fool's Sisyphean efforts, full of sound and fury, would amount to nothing. Even was a wish for the thing, so weak, filled with so many little bones. She climbed higher, mirroring her own hubris, and knew in the depths of her soul that she would fall.
Playing dice may be my biggest vice. Still, take my advice. Kiss 'em before you toss 'em. Though I may have lost a coin or two, gambling my pouch away. Kiss 'em before you toss 'em. Be it the king, be it the queen, be it the souls under their feet, you must kiss 'em before you toss 'em. One, two, three, four, or five, or six, whatever the dice decides. Kiss 'em before you toss 'em. See, it's not up to you to wage a war. It's whatever the dice decides. Kiss 'em before you toss 'em. Be it the king, be it the queen, be it the souls under their feet. Kiss 'em before you toss 'em. Be it the king, be it the queen, be it the souls under their feet. Kiss 'em before you toss 'em. Playing dice may be my biggest vice. Still, take my advice. Kiss 'em before you toss 'em. Though I may have lost a coin or two.
The Trash Lord!
Have you found my book by chance? Have you seen my songbook? Sounds like something the thief would say. But I guess there's a chance you're telling the truth, too. Someone stole my book of songs. My beloved book of music is missing, and I can't find it. If I could only have my songbook back, I'd be deeply grateful. Hint, hint.
Hello, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Even, you're back! Someplace where, I don't know where I am. It's a very strange place. Very sandy. Ugh. I don't like sand. Ah! There's a giant monster in front of me, and I think he's angry? Yep, he's definitely angry. Hey, Even, what do I need to know about swashbuckling in like 10 seconds or less? I won't even, I promise. Wait, heal? How? Here goes.
He wasn't. In fact, both Even and Bernie would soon be dead. Forgotten, unmourned, unloved. Their sad little lives amounted to nothing more than a footnote in a greater being's biography.
Kid, it's you! Why, the one and only! Oh, and now, with my one and only son, too. Fiver, meet? Well, actually, I never got your name, kid. Oh, Fiver, meet Even. Even? Meet Fiver. Well, how'd you end up here, Even? Oh, amazing! Me? Why, after the storm killed our ship, I landed in... well, I don't know where exactly. Someplace strange, far below random. Before I knew it, I'd been sucked up by this tube, dumped outside Forberg, and had to sneak aboard 4 different craft before I landed on the one that brought me here. Hey, is that why they call it Four Town, you think? Because everything there takes 4 tries? Maybe so, maybe so.
Even, do you know the Queen?
Fiver, don't be rude. Nobody knows the Queen.
But she has a dice, and you said only the Queen has dice.
Aye, that I did. Oh, but that's not true anymore, is it?
Hi, Dicey.
He can talk?
Dice are amazing. Have you really met the Queen? Like, for real met her? Oh, wow! Is she scary? I bet she's scary. Wow! Tell me more.
It's good to see you again, Even. Oh, I should have let you aboard sooner. I was afraid of losing what I had. And fear makes you behave like your worst self. But I see now it doesn't get you anywhere. Fear would have kept you in one croft, and kindness brought me back to my son. You take care, Even.
Bye, Even. Bye, talking dice. Bye, Even. talking, guys.
Even was never going to win, and she finally admitted that to herself. She already knew in her heart that her dreams were a lost cause.
Oh, I feel sick, Dicey. You're right. I know you're right. But I just have this sudden, inexplicable sense of dread. You know?
I haven't seen the card makers in years. They never leave the factory anymore.
Bernard to ground control. Hello? Hello? Is anyone... Hello? Even? Yeah, I sure did. I think I stepped on a trigger, and the monster disappeared under a humongous cube rock. Even, I'm somewhere new now. It's not like any place I've seen before. I don't know. There was a fall even, and my string's gone now too. But that's okay. I'm in a place where I'm surrounded by... hey! They look like dice even. A whole valley full of them? Oh, great! I'm glad, even. It's like there's some monsters here, too. Robots and the like. I don't know what they want. You've always been so nice to me, even. But you don't need to watch out for me anymore. I got this. You've brought me here, and you've given me some fighting tips, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do this on my own. Thank you, even. So, you've helped me a lot, you know that? First when I got stuck in that spooky ribcage prison, oh boy. Then, and I'm who I am now because of who you were with me. I can face the world and find my own destiny in it, thanks to you. And I'll never forget you, even. How could I? We're friends. And speaking of friends, there's a here among all the others, and I think it wants to be friends? Oh, hello. What's your name? Well, I'm gonna name you Dr. Cube Pants. Do you like that?
Despite the odds and her manifest incompetence, Ethan had somehow bumbled into helping Bernard escape his still inevitable death. For now.
Here, mate, let's trade cards. Sometimes. I feel like it's my sole purpose in life.
Hello? Alchemist, sir? Hello? I don't know, Dicey. Alchemist is supposed to be here.
It may have looked like Ethan knew what she was doing, but it was all a bluff. And she was going to get mortally wounded any second now.
Jeez! Oh, thanks. I believe in you too, Dicey.
hated herself for fighting back, almost as much as everyone else hated her too.
Oh, hey there, little one. Can you talk? Have you seen an alchemist around here somewhere?
I dare say I have, little one. Every time I look in a mirror...
You're the alchemist!
Indeed I am, and I'd have thought the visionary would have sent a more impressive champion than you! So old-fashioned! I'm not impressed. There's a lot more to being a dice wielder than merely wielding dice. I don't suppose you've learnt that yet? Oh, believe me, there's no right foot here. I don't suffer fools or children. You are both! Let me tell you what I do here. I take raw materials, ingredients, tinctures, essences, and use them to enable cards to do what they must. These days, of course, the Queen has us only making her cards, and for that I need only metals. Those are supplied by the garbage shipped from Onecroft. Ah, you're a oner. In that case, yes, they have. You and your family's whole purpose has been to supply the raw materials to build the very robots that subjugate the rest of random. Probably very depressing, even enraging, to find this out. All of you, made into unwitting collaborators of the Queen. Well, buck up. Shan't have you crying in my office. Now, I suppose you want me to make you a card to use in battle against said Queen. I don't doubt it. The visionary always did move in baffling yet eventually correct ways. Well, you know the Queen dwells in Sixtopia, don't you? This respect you're showing is good. Continue to show it. So then you must also know that Sixtopia is cut off from the rest of random. You can't get there from here, from anywhere. Just that. It can't be reached by anyone in random. You think we'd be cowering here in the ruins of our world if we could reach her and do something about it? Please! Think like an adult! How do I... You don't know? But you've been... Ah, for crying out loud, you really are a child! I know more than most. I know her history, I know what she's done. I know she can't easily be stopped. What I don't know is why she's doing this. You don't do the amount of insane she's done in this world unless there's something you want or something you're afraid of. I do not know what that is. I can't say. In all my studies, all I have determined is this. If there is indeed something the Queen fears, it isn't anywhere here in random that I can detect. It leaves one option. It's inside her castle, in Sixtopia. And now you finally see my problem. I don't even know you. You're a little kid. I don't see why I should help you do anything. Your sister was taken by the Queen. Then your sister may no longer be recognizable as the woman she once was. And even if she is, she will not want to return. But as for the second half of your quest, it is noble, if impossible and foolish. And yet the others have helped you. The painter and gluer I could take or leave, but the visionary, he has earned my respect. And if he sees something in you that I don't, then I should trust his vision. Very well.
I will help construct your card, your so-called dream card. Please, you're a child. You dream of bedtime and sweets. I know all I need to. Now, step back. Ah, there it is. Perfect timing. Now give me a lock of your hair.
Ow!
Please, magic and science, they both have their costs. Now we need something from your hometown. Now this was surrounded by its garbage. That won't be a problem. And finally... perfect! As always, I might add. What are you waiting for, a treat? Go! You'll get no lollies from me, child! Go! Your cart went that way! Now you need to follow it! Just like a fool little child to wait around when there's work to be done! Go! Go!
The silly little girl was far from home, and she missed it terribly. She should turn round right now and give up.
Oh, I really miss my parents, Dicey. I know, but I still miss them.
Suddenly, even remembered how she was bad at everything. She started to lose the fight right away.
I hear you, Dicey. I'll get through it.
As even thought waits, she realized giving up would be much easier, so she decided to do that. Right now. then lost and died alone and unloved. The end. Suddenly, even remembered how she was bad at everything. She started to lose the fight right away.
I hear you, Dicey. I'll get through it.
Even fought the robots. She realized giving up would be much easier, so she decided to do that. Right now. Even was horrid and nobody liked her. The end.
I don't know what's going on, Dicey. I feel like garbage all of a sudden. Oh, Dicey, you're pretty great too. Thanks, buddy.
Did you see that? Even was moving. Oh, it was delicious to see. out would be much easier. So she decided to do that.
Mate, let's trade cards. Sometimes I feel like it's my sole purpose in life.
Did you see that? Even was losing. Oh, it was delicious to see. Deserved to die. She'd earned it. Did you see that? Even was losing. Oh, it was delicious to see.
salvage. It's impossible. They cancel out. Okay, so we allow each fighter in an arena to suggest only one new rule. Then their first... Come on, Rule Master, you can do this! You're the best, remember? The best! You can do the impossible 5 times before breakfast. And then the Queen asks for 6. Even. Yes! Every even roll gets a +1 bonus against every odd roll. That'll... Wait, no. That just turns all even rolls into odd rolls. Oh, never mind. Wait, who are you? You're the one with the card, right? Even something? The alchemist told me you'd be coming. And I'm sorry even with the card, but I've simply got too much to do to help you. Help me? Nobody can help me. The Queen insists that everything I do for her be done by me personally. No subcontracting allowed. Look at this. New layouts for her twisted arenas. Due ASAP, of course. New mechanics for the battles. Due last week. Assigned yesterday. 5 new robots with complementary BattleBot attack structures? And you try telling the Queen, or her bloody nanny, or even those deadly 3 heads, that they ask for the impossible. Ha! I may be an ancient mystic trained in the art of crazy rules more than anyone else in all of history, but even I'm not a god. I've come to accept that now. But does she care? Tell me, does she? Correct! She does not. Look, your card has arrived in here somewhere, and I'll get to it when I can. Oh, you've seen him too? What's that bloody cosmic potato come up with this time? Let's take a look at your card. Oh, perfect. Just perfect! As if I didn't have enough insanity on my plate already. Ooh, but then I do love a challenge. So, what the heck? I'll do it. When I'm done, I'm going to send the card to the highest point in all of 5tropolis, the top of the giant chimney. Ha! You'll be dead in minutes. You need the 5 of us card makers there with the card if you want any chance of success. Up there, me and the other card makers will imbue the card with all our creative spark. But the ceremony cannot be interrupted. Even. Just meet us at the top of the smokestack. The card will be there. Assuming this works, you'll have bigger things to worry about real soon. Yes. No. Yes. There. I guess it could work. Well, what's done is done. Now hurry. I'll be right with you.